Alright, man, this is how you do the manual choke conversion. So take the auto choke off of your carb, remove this cap, and then you can actually unscrew the bottom part. Be careful because the enriching needle is spring loaded, so it might pop off. So I've already loosened this one, but it has it might have a little dab of super glue, but you can just twist it off and try not to lose any of the parts like the little spring and whatnot. Then the next step is to take a small screwdriver, and without damaging it to the best of your ability, you pop off this little rubber cap where the wires go in. And you kind of got to dig way down in there because, as you can see, it's kind of a thicker rubber grommet here. Pop that off, and then the wires inside, let's see if you can see in there. There's like a little cap in there, and the wires are connected to that. So you can pull that completely out. Give it a little elbow grease. Pull that out of there, and remove any residual connectors or anything that's in there. Just get it empty. You might need some needle nose pliers to get that out, but you can pull all this shit right out of there. And once all of that's out, what you're going to want to do is, cut your wires off here so that you have just this little rubber grommet left. And this will act as like a seal for you, you know what I mean? So you can pop it back in to the hole it came in when it was done. You can just keep water and grime out. And then what you're going to want to do is put the cap back on the top there and get it in there flush. And then drill a hole. If you have a tap and die set, that's the way to go. Take out the drill bit for an M8 bolt, and as cleanly as you can, right in the center here, drill a hole through the cap and down into the housing of the enriching needle until you come all the way through. Of course, that little connection in there should be taken out from the previous step. And get the hole all the way through the cap and the housing together. And once you got it there, go ahead and take your tap and die and put it down in there and thread it for the M8 bolt. And then that's pretty much it. Then you take the spring-loaded enriching needle back, and you just, take the cap off here. Put that back on, like this, and you'll have a threaded hole here. So take your M8 bolt, and it's best to use, to take a nut and a jam nut, and put them on the bottom here. So obviously you'd have the nut first, then the jam nut, then the top of the bolt, and tighten it down. And you'll see as you tighten the bolt that it'll push the enriching needle in and out for you. If it's tightened all the way down, that's no choke. Obviously that's how you'll run the bike. But if for some reason you want to choke the carb, you just carefully unscrew that bolt a little bit at a time. You don't need to unscrew it much, and that'll allow it to choke the carburetor. And the reason you want a nut and a jam nut is so that with the Gy6 vibration, you don't want that bolt to unthread itself. But since you're using the tap and die, it should be able to be turned with your fingers but not be too loose. And that's it, man. And put that shit back on your carb, and use the little clip that normally holds it down. Tighten it down, make sure that rubber cap is back in from your wires, and you're good to go.